What if living alone didn't mean being lonely? What if this season of life, after 50, could actually become the most fearless, freeing, and fulfilling chapter you've ever lived? Too often, society looks at someone who lives alone and whispers, "Poor thing, must be sad, must be empty." But the truth is very different. Living alone is not a sentence to isolation. It's an opportunity to rediscover your own strength, your own passions, and your own rhythm in life. I know the fears that can creep in, the quiet evenings that feel too long, the empty chair across the table, the worry that maybe life has slowed down and you've been left behind. But let me tell you this, living alone doesn't mean you are forgotten. It doesn't mean you are powerless. It can be the exact opposite, if you choose it to be. This isn't about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about standing tall, fearless, and saying, "My life still has joy, purpose, and meaning. And I will not let loneliness write my story." So today, I want to share with you my top 5 tips. Not just ideas, but real, practical ways to live alone without regret, with courage, and with connection. These are the steps that can transform your days from quiet emptiness into powerful, intentional living. Because life after 50 isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a brand new chapter. When you live alone, the days can start to blur together if you're not intentional. That's why it's so important to always have something to look forward to. And no, it doesn't have to be a grand vacation to Paris or a once-in-a-lifetime cruise. It can be as simple as knowing that on Saturday, you're going to treat yourself to your favorite lobster roll by the shore, or that tomorrow morning, you'll head out with your binoculars to catch the spring migration of warblers. These small sparks of joy give your days rhythm, energy, and meaning. Without something ahead of you, the present can feel heavy. But when you circle a date on your calendar, even if it's for something small, you give yourself a reason to rise with excitement. Passion and hobbies are not luxuries. They are lifelines. Whether it's knitting, painting, gardening, or just a walk in the park, let anticipation be your daily fuel. Because when you live alone, you are responsible for your own happiness. And when you plan joy into your life, you remind yourself, tomorrow is worth showing up for. When you live alone, time can either be your greatest ally or your biggest trap. Without someone else in the house, there's no gentle nudge to wake up early, no shared meals to structure the day, no partner reminding you of chores. It's easy to let hours slip away, drifting into habits that weaken both the body and the mind. That's why routines matter. They aren't chains, they are guides. They create stability when life feels unstructured. Think of your routine as a framework that keeps you strong. Start with simple anchors. What time you wake up, when you eat your meals, when you move your body, and when you wind down for rest. These small anchors hold your day together like cornerstones in a building. Without them, everything can begin to collapse. Here's the truth. Routines are about protecting your energy. When you know what comes next, you spend less time battling indecision and more time living with intention. A 20-minute tidy-up after breakfast, a walk in the evening, or reading before bed might seem small, but over weeks and months, they build a life of rhythm and balance. And routines aren't just about chores or health. They shape your identity. Each time you follow through, you remind yourself, I am disciplined. I am capable. I am in control of my life. That self-respect becomes your shield against the chaos of loneliness. So don't leave your days to chance. Design them. Because when you live alone, a strong routine isn't just helpful. It's the foundation of a fearless, independent life. 4 walls can be comforting, but if you stay inside too long, they can slowly close in on you. Living alone doesn't mean living shut away. The world outside your door is still alive with people, stories, and opportunities waiting for you. Even something as small as sitting in a coffee shop, exchanging a smile with a stranger, or striking up a conversation with the person in line can recharge your spirit in ways solitude never will. I'll never forget walking into a cafe one weekend, planning to sip my coffee quietly, when someone recognized me and invited me to join their table. That single moment turned into an unexpected connection, laughter, and warmth I would have missed if I stayed home. You don't have to chase crowds. Just step into spaces where life happens. The fresh air, the hum of conversation, the chance of meeting someone new, all of it reminds you that you're part of something bigger. Because the truth is, isolation isn't broken by waiting. It's broken by moving. When you live alone, it's easy to hide from yourself. You can brush off the quiet sadness, ignore the restless nights, or pretend the heavy silence doesn't weigh on you. But honesty is your greatest shield. If you feel isolated, say it. If you're slipping into unhealthy habits, admit it. Because denial doesn't protect you, it traps you. I've had days where I felt off, a little too withdrawn, a little too quiet. In the past, I'd convince myself it was nothing. But the moment I started writing it down in a journal, or saying it out loud, I could see it clearly. And once you see the truth, you can act on it. There's no shame in admitting loneliness or struggle. The real strength is catching it early, before it spirals. Living alone doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means building the courage to check in with yourself and take action. Because honesty is the first step toward healing, balance, and real independence. Living alone is not the end of your story. It's the space where you can finally return to yourself. Too many people reach 50, 60, or beyond and think their passions are behind them. But passion isn't tied to age. It's tied to curiosity. Purpose isn't lost when the house gets quiet. It's waiting in the silence for you to listen. Think back. What did you once love before life got busy? Painting, music, gardening, writing, fixing things, teaching, traveling. Those passions are still there, waiting for you to pick them back up. I've seen people who gave up hobbies decades ago find themselves again when they dared to start small. A blank canvas, a single flower bed, a journal with the first page filled. And purpose goes even deeper. Purpose is what gives meaning to your mornings. It could be mentoring a younger person, volunteering, creating something for others, or even documenting your own life story as a legacy. When you live with purpose, loneliness loses its grip because every day has direction. Living alone gives you the rare gift of time, the chance to explore who you are beyond roles, titles, or expectations. Use it. Rekindle joy. Chase curiosity. Let purpose pull you forward. Because passion and purpose don't just fill time, they fill the heart. So here we are. 5 simple but powerful truths. Have something to look forward to. Build strong routines. Get out of the house. Stay honest with yourself. And rediscover passion and purpose. These aren't just tips, they're lifelines. They're the difference between merely existing and truly living. Living alone after 50 doesn't have to be a sentence of silence. It can be a declaration of freedom. It's your chance to write a new chapter without apology, without fear, without regret. People may whisper, "Poor thing, living alone." But you'll know the truth. You're not lonely. You're fearless. You're not abandoned. You're rediscovering yourself. Loneliness creeps in when life loses direction. But when you give yourself things to anticipate, routines to ground you, connections to spark you, honesty to guide you, and passions to ignite you, you create a life worth waking up for every single day. Remember this: your strongest years are not behind you. They are still unfolding. Every morning you rise is another chance to prove that strength doesn't fade with age. Wisdom and courage only sharpen it. So, if you ever find yourself sitting in a quiet house, wondering if this is all there is. Shake off that thought. Step outside. Pick up the phone. Open the journal. Paint the canvas. Live your story, not later, not someday, today. Because living alone doesn't define you. How you choose to live does. And the fearless choice is simple. Live with intention. Live with joy. Live without regret. Stay strong. Stay sharp. Stay fearless. Your life isn't shrinking. It's expanding. The question is, will you claim it?